The Baseball Hall of Fame is a joke, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. But first, let's go over the Hall of Fame inductees for this year. Let's talk about them. Let's see if they should have got in, if they shouldn't, if they didn't get all the votes they should have, and we're going to talk about some guys that were snubbed and why I think the MLB Hall of Fame is a joke. So first off, welcome back to the videos, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is That Baseball Guy, and yesterday, Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner were inducted into the MLB Hall of Fame. And let's just go over why. So Ichiro, it's no doubt about it. This guy, we knew he was going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Let's go over his stats right now. So Ichiro, 60 career WAR. He has a .311 career batting average, 500 stolen bases, 509, 402 slugging. He wasn't a big home run guy, so he's going to have a lower OPS, 757, OPS plus 107, but 3,089 hits, and he started in the major leagues at 27. He was only 27 years old. He spent, I think it was 10 or so seasons in the NPB over in Japan, 7 batting titles over there, something insane like that, and he came over at 27 and had 3,000 hits in the major leagues. He has more hits in his career between Japan and the major leagues than Pete Rose. That's insane. Amazing player. MVP, Rookie of the Year in the same year when he came over in 2001. I'm a Seattle Mariners fan, so I remember it like it was yesterday. An electric player. This guy could do anything. Infield hit, steals bases, throws guys out from right field. Just an insane talent. 10 gold gloves, 2 batting titles, Rookie of the Year, I already said that, All-Star Game MVP, inside the park home run in 2007 in the All-Star Game. What more can be said about Ichiro? And then the other guys, Billy Wagner, All-Star closer, played for the Houston Astros, Mets, Phillies, Braves. Just an electric left-handed closer, 100-mile-per-hour fastball, a devastating slider. It's like having Randy Johnson coming out of the bullpen and closing games. This guy was intimidating. He was nasty. So that's the other guy that was in there, Billy Wagner, and then CC Sabathia. Let's go over some of CC's stats. Started his career in Cleveland with the Indians. Then he went over in a massive trade with the Brewers. And if you were young enough to remember, I know some of you guys are probably younger, some of you guys are probably my age, but he was in a massive trade deadline deal with the Brewers, and he went over there and they just literally ripped his arm off, pitching him every 4th, 5th day, complete games every single time, and he led them to the playoffs. So he was a stud with the Brewers. Let's go over that season where he was traded to the not the Blue Jays, but the Brewers, and just show you just how dominant he was. That was in 2008. So in 2008, he was 17-10. He had a 2.70 ERA, 253 innings. That's nuts. No pitcher is doing that this day and age. Never. That will never happen again. So he had 253 innings, 251 strikeouts to only 51 walks. But what I want to go over is what he did with the Brewers. He was 11-2 with the Brewers that year in 2008 with a 1.65 ERA. What? That was nuts. So CC Sabathia, just a great pitcher, no doubt about it. Cy Young Award, 6-time All-Star. He won a world championship with the Yankees in 2009 with that amazing Yankees team. So those are your Hall of Fame inductees, but I have one bone to pick, and this is the reason why I think the MLB Hall of Fame is rigged. Ichiro only got 99%. He wasn't a unanimous Hall of Famer. The only guy to ever get 100% for the Hall of Fame is Mariano Rivera. Totally worth it. Mariano Rivera, the best closer ever in baseball history. There's nobody that's denying that. But you have a guy like Ichiro. I just read off all of his stats for you guys. How is he not a unanimous Hall of Famer? That's nuts. That's criminal. And the thing that makes me mad, and Stephen A. Smith made a video about this, but they don't take accountability, the baseball writers. They can do their ballots or whatever. They can post them or whatever that they want to, like on X or whatever. There's some that do that and they post their ballots before they send them in, but there's no accountability. They don't have to do that. They do not have to make their ballots public. So they can literally sit behind their computer, put their ballot in or whatever, and there's no accountability. So in my opinion, if Robert Manfred made it a law, I don't know what the word is, but if he made it mandatory to, you had to show your ballots, this would never happen. There would never be a case like this where a guy like Ichiro or, you know, some of the other Hall of Famers throughout history, this would never happen. Because if you're accountable and people can see your ballot and call you out and you have to justify why you didn't vote for one of the greatest leadoff hitters or greatest players ever, you're not going to do that. You're not going to want to have that kind of scrutiny. So it's insane. And then the last thing I want to do in this video is go over some of the people that I thought were snubbed. And some people are going to get mad about this, but you know what? It's whatever. It's YouTube. Everybody's going to get mad. Everybody has an opinion. But a long time ago, I was against steroid guys. They cheated or whatever, but I've come around in my old age, and guys like A-Rod, guys like Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, they're not in the Hall of Fame. I can't get behind that. They need to be in the Hall of Fame. Let's go over their stats real quick. Everybody knows it. These are some of the all-time greats. But Alex Rodriguez, 3-time MVP, 2009 World Series champion, same team as CC Sabathia, 10-time Silver Slugger, 3-time MLB Player of the Year, batting title, 14-time All-Star, over 600 home runs, almost 700, over 2,000 RBIs, 3,000 hits. You've got to have A-Rod in the Hall of Fame. And then Barry Bonds. I mean, what more can be said about him? Probably one of the most prolific, if not the most prolific hitter in baseball history. He has the single-season home run record and the all-time home run record. A career OPS over 1,000, 182 OPS plus for his career. 500 stolen bases along with 762 home runs. He almost had 3,000 hits. And then let's go over the other guy real quick, Roger Clemens, who I think should be in the Hall of Fame, honestly. This guy he was a stud. He was an MVP, 7 Cy Youngs. Just think about that for a second. 7 Cy Youngs. What? And he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame. What? But, the Hall of Fame is a joke. The baseball writers, they don't have to post their ballots, so there's no accountability. You've got guys like Barry Bonds, A-Rod, not in the Hall of Fame. It's just insane. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Tell me, who do you think was snubbed? Do you like that the baseball writers don't vote for people like Ichiro? Let me know down below. If you're new here, subscribe, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.